And we turn now with what began Thursday as an Israeli attack on Iran in order to debilitate Iran's nuclear program. And the back and forth between the two countries continues to intensify, threatening an already unstable region. Our Debora Patta is in Tel Aviv with the latest.
The conflict between Israel and Iran is in uncharted territory as the escalating tensions enter their fourth day, with the two rivals each warning there is worse to come. Overnight, wave after wave of Iranian drones bearing down on Tel Aviv. Most were intercepted. Those that got through destroyed homes and shops. Israel was quick to retaliate, targeting an oil refinery and hitting buildings in Tehran. There have been casualties on both sides. At least 12 Israelis were killed this weekend, but that toll was dwarfed by the damage Israel inflicted on Iran, with almost 100 civilian deaths, nearly 30 of them children, and the assassination of top military commanders and scientists. The surprise Israeli strikes began on Thursday. Israel wants to cripple Iran's nuclear capability, already hitting 4 major facilities: Natanz, Tabriz, Isfahan and Fordo, as well as key energy sites. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not done yet. What they have felt so far, he said, is nothing compared to what's coming. But Iran has warned of a far more ferocious response if Israel does not back down. Another casualty, nuclear talks between Tehran and Washington scheduled for today. Those have been postponed indefinitely. Zohar Palti is the former director of Mossad intelligence. So, are Israel and Iran at war?
Yes.
Unequivocally?
Definitely.
But starting a war is one thing, ending it is a lot harder.
No doubt that without the Americans, without President Trump, nothing will be over here. And when the Americans will decide enough is enough, whether with us or whether with the Iranians or whether without, they have the ability to end it.
Not only is Netanyahu striking Iran, he is also appealing to the hearts and minds of Iranians, hinting at regime change and urging them to stand up for their freedom.
That's our Debora Patta in Tel Aviv. Thank you. And the conflict between Israel and Iran has undermined President Trump's efforts to negotiate directly with Iran on a nuclear deal. Overnight, he vowed in a social media post that if the U.S. was attacked in any way by Iran, that the, quote, full strength and might of U.S. armed forces would come down at levels never seen before, and then seemingly offered to negotiate a deal between Iran and Israel. We go now to Holly Williams, who is at Iran's border with Iraq.
Here in the Middle East, Iran has accused the US of being complicit in Israel's attack and has threatened to target American military bases and ships if the US blocks Iranian strikes on Israel. But the US has already done that with air defense systems and a warship, according to a US military official. There are around 40,000 American troops in the Middle East, a powerful presence that aims to protect US interests, including trade routes. But if Iran did try to strike American forces, the roughly 2,500 US troops here in Iraq could be the most obvious target, since they're right next door. Iran previously targeted US forces in Iraq with ballistic missiles back in 2020 in retaliation for the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, the commander of Iran's Quds Force. No US service members were killed on that occasion. Since then, a series of shifts has reshaped the Middle East and weakened Iran and its proxies. The war in Gaza, Israel's decimation of the leadership of Hezbollah in Lebanon, the collapse of the Syrian regime, and now Israel's surprise attack. If Iran does target American forces this time, it would be extremely risky because it will likely draw a sharp response from the US when Iran is already under attack.
That's Holly Williams reporting from the Iraq-Iran border.